Hi, everybody. Welcome to Petra's Happy Place. It has been a month of Sundays. It has been a very long time since I filmed, and to be honest, I wasn't sure I was going to film today. But, pardon the coughing, I don't have COVID. And yeah, I'll go into all that here in just a minute. But I have a lot of updates to talk to you guys about. And I thought I would share them today. And I do hope that you will understand and just take heart, because what I want to share with you today is not anybody's journey but my own. Okay. And so I want to talk about God and his provisions and um his ways. And yeah, that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, because the other day I was talking with a patient at the office, and I don't know why, but she had asked me what's been going on lately. And she's one of these this she's actually part of a couple, and her husband was in talking with the doctor, and so we had some time to catch up. She has been a patient for years, and so I thought I would go ahead and share some things that have been going on. And as I was sharing, I find myself saying, God did this, and God did that, and God did this. And I saw a look on her face that was a little bit questionable. And what I mean by that is that I could see in her eyes that she was very skeptical. Now, I could have been misreading it, but that's the impression that I got nonetheless. So, yeah, I want to talk about the journey that I've been on for the last, I would say, 3 or 4 months. Most of you know that Mr. Happy and I have been wanting to buy a house desperately. And first of all, we didn't know where we wanted to settle down. Then when we finally figured out we wanted to settle down here in Kentucky, um, that's when the fun began. And that is said tongue in cheek. um, because it wasn't really all that fun. Do you ever have plans that you make and you think, this sounds very logical? It sounds good. It sounds like there are no bad points of it. There are no cons of this decision. And you make decisions, and then you realize that God must be chuckling up in heaven going, that's what you think. Now, I don't think that God makes fun of us, but I think he sometimes laughs because he wants to say, child, don't you know better? I want the best for you. And if you just give it to me, that's all you need to do is just give it to me. Well, I'm sorry if this is going to be a long video, and it's not going to be really crochet related. So, and the most yarn you're going to see is what's behind me right now. I'll talk to you about that in another video. But um, Mr. Happy and I went through a phase last year, 2022. It seemed like ages ago, but we would put an offer on a house, and an offer on a house and an offer on a house. And for one reason or another, it didn't go through. And sometimes we even got to the point where we already had the offer accepted, and we even went through a home inspection. And this went on and on, and I mean, it was just really frustrating. And we both got to the point where we just threw up our hands. And this gal here decided she was going to cry some tears of frustration because I just went through a phase where I thought, God doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't. This just doesn't make any sense. Why doesn't this happen? Well, let me tell you, his timing is not our timing, right? Then earlier this year, we decided, okay, let's try again. The market had kind of settled down a little bit, and we thought, okay, let's try this again. Twice. First, we found a house. We thought, yay, this is it. And they accepted our offer, and we got all the paperwork signed, and we got the inspector in, and the inspector, the home inspector we had used already like twice last year, and he does such a thorough job, and we just really, really like him and the way he treats us and his and we were prepared to handle that. And so, yeah, we closed on the house and it is ours. Um, Interesting facts: closing did not go the way it should. Or I should say, the week leading up to closing was not, or I should say, 2 weeks actually, was not fun at all. In fact, we thought we lost it. Um, Apparently, the lawyers for the sellers, this had been an estate, and because it was an estate, it had to go through court probate first. And apparently, their lawyer did not tell them that before they put the house up on the market. And so now we were frantic, thinking that it could take, I mean, Mr. Happy was even thinking it could take up to a year. Some places, I mean, they could take a long time to get through probate. Well, they fast tracked it, and it did go through, like, and it was good, I think, like 4 days before closing. 4 days. Because we had to put it off anyway because of other circumstances, which I'm going to tell you now. After that got taken care of, that day, we heard from our lender, and our lender was demanding that we have a structural engineer come in and do certain checks. And if they didn't pass, then they were not going to give us the financing for the house. This was so unheard of. I mean, our realtor was just like, "What? I've never heard this before. This is crazy. I mean, I mean, everything is set. Why do you need to do?" She was really, really upset. And there again, Mr. Happy and I were like, "Great. We're not going to get this house." And that afternoon, our realtor called us back with the name of another lender. And this particular lender, I mean, amazing, amazing team that they had. I think all this happened like on Tuesday, and this was the week before our closing date. We were closing on a Tuesday. So the Tuesday before, that's when we got word of that the lender was not going to finance the house. We contacted another lender. They said, "Yeah, we pre-qualified, da 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 da." Everything was set to go. She had all the paperwork and everything ready, and all of the, I mean, for the title company and everything was set to go by that Friday before end of day. I mean, that was a miracle. And those two things alone, between the probate and then the lending thing, I mean, that was God. And I know, well, I don't know for sure, but I believe that some of the reasonings is that he did not want us to forget that he was the one providing this for us, and that it might not have worked out the way we had planned, but it worked out the way it was supposed to in his time. I'm just beside myself. My hair looks atrocious, even though I just washed it. I didn't have a chance to do anything to it. I look like a hot mess, even though I'm not. So, yeah, we finally have our dream home. Now, my craft room is smaller than the room I had before. And I still haven't come to terms with the fact that I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of stuff. That makes me very sad. It makes me sad on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm okay with it. Um, so I've got like things planned out in this room, how I want it to be. I've got it painted. And I don't know if anybody saw Seta's latest video or one of her latest videos that she had painted her room purple. And I think her purple was something similar to that, one of these kind of purpley colors here. The color of my walls, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell with the lighting. I'm going to move the camera a little bit, and I'll try not to get sick, okay? But let me turn it. But there. You see? It's like a periwinkle color. It's it's more of a lavender, but it looks periwinkle, depending on how the light is shining on it. And I'll just turn this a little bit more. You can see I've already set up some shelving. My wire shelves are all set up. And there's the closet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do in the closet. I think I might have to store my writing, my bins that have all my writing, my books and things like that, my notes and whatnot, book resources, things like that in there. So that means that I have to fit all of my yarn and diamond painting and any other crafts in this room. And that is not going to be an easy feat. I was going to paint these shelves white, but I was in too much of a hurry to get in here. And so I have decided to go ahead and leave them the way they are. And then I thought, well, if I put them in the white bins, like these, and sit them on here, I could do that. And then we'll all look kind of white. But it was a waste of space because the round and the oblong shapes and even the rectangle shapes of the bins only sat so high. And so everything above that would be yarn anyway. And it wouldn't look right. It would just look like thrown in there. So I started now this shelf here and the one above it, and I'll see if I can't, there, the one above it there, those are all cotton. Now, all of the stuff above there, that's all acrylic, and I have decided to put all my acrylic yarns on these shelves down. So I'll have 2 rows of shelves with cotton and 2 of acrylic. And then, I don't know if you guys saw a peek of it, but I was able to fit, watch this, bam, look, I put crates way up there. I have a lot, that's a lot of shelving right there. And some people would say, oh, that's enough for all my yarn. Yeah, I wish I could say that for myself, but it's not. Just cotton and acrylic are going to go on these shelves here. Now, in the crates above, those wooden crates, I will likely put finished objects, whether they be shawls, hats, or whatever. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to put up there because it's going to have to be one of those things that I have to get a ladder to get up there to get those out because they're really high. But I put the wire racks up against a certain wall. Excuse me. and I have a space marked out on the floor where my baker's rack is going to go. On the baker's rack, I'm going to put other crafts. So anything diamond painting related or fountain pen related. What other crafts do I have? I can't remember what else I have. Oh, this shelving unit. There's more to it. Look, I gotta show you guys. So down at the very bottom, right here, oh, it's another like shelf, but it's got a thing you push up and it's magnetic and it stays. And I've got two big ones. And I'm thinking my scrap yarns are going to go in there. I think I'm going to need at least one for all the acrylic scrap yarn. But it'll be out of the way, you see. Now, I'm saying that, I don't know for sure. And then on the very top of the actual shelving unit, I'm going to put all of my books, all my pattern books, my binders and things like that. I'm going to be putting up on that top shelf. Lots to do. I'm just bringing a carload of stuff over. I've probably made about 5 or 6 carloads just with the boxes. And I still have quite a few boxes at home that still need to be brought over of crafts. And as I'm putting them back out, that's when I am I'm sorting through, and I'm just tossing everything that I know I don't want. But let's see here. Mr. Happy has been working hard on we finished painting the bedroom, so the bedroom's done, and the living room he's almost done in there. There was a security system set up that the previous owner had, and they came to take the security system out, and it left a big hole in the wall. So Mr. Happy was working on trying to get that fixed up and ready to be painted as well, and then that will be done. I'm having a sigh of relief. Now, the only other room that's still, the kitchen, we are not even going to bother with. We're going to go ahead and move in and put all the kitchen stuff in. It's not, that whole kitchen needs to be, it's good for now. Don't get me wrong. It's great for now. It has tons of storage. But it really needs a paint job bad. And then, so that room is going to be, we're not even going to think about that room. So the only other room left is our den. And we're going to be painting it a really pretty, almost a mint green. It's going to be like a pretty green color. And yeah, that's the only room that needs to be painted. Mr. Happy needs a lot of prayers. If you guys would pray for him, I would really appreciate that, because his back is shot. He has a lot of people have the same issue, but he's already had 2 surgeries on his back to fuse it together. Because he has degenerative disc disease, and he's already got the lower back and the middle back, or the lower of the middle back done, and his disc, all the rest of the way, he feels it every time he moves anymore. And so I told him, I said, you're going to be staying home and doing your own thing and worrying about your own room, and I'll try to finish up around here as much as I can, because I really don't want him doing a whole lot with his back. because it just taking a box up and down a stairs, he gets it just he cringes in pain. Sitting or standing while he's painting, it it just it's really bad. So just pray that he gets some relief. He goes home and he takes some muscle relaxer, a prescription muscle relaxer, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And he's just, yeah, just pray for him. So I had planned on setting up the camera and like doing little tidbits of, showing you my organization, how I'm doing it. But right now, I don't have a space to work yet because I'm surrounded by boxes. They're all over the floor, and just putting them out it's a little trying, especially when a lot of the boxes that I have are they have stuff in it that goes somewhere else, and I don't have all those storage places yet. So anyway, I was just thinking, I put together, I brought over a lot of this whole thing right here behind me is yarn that I got from my friend Heidi when we went to Helen, Georgia. And I haven't told you guys about that either. I'll do that in another video. This is already long enough. So, but anyway, God is good, you guys. He is so good. And I just got to pinch myself sometimes when I pull up in the driveway and say, this is just not a place to go. This is my home. And God gave me a house to live in. And come a couple months when we're all moved in and things have settled down, we can get little fur babies, and I'm just so excited for what life has in store. I'm going to tear up because it's just so exciting and I'm so happy, and um I can't wait to see what God's got for us next. Um all happy tears. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and if you've watched until now, I really appreciate it because that means that you really care about what's going on in my life and what's happening with me, and not just what I'm crocheting and what yarn I have and all that kind of stuff. And to me, that means more than anything to know that you guys care about me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless each and every one of you. And for those of you that have family members or you yourselves have served um, in the military, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything you've done. Um, and I hope that you guys remember those people too that have given everything so that we can have the freedom we have today. I love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.